G'day to all our family, friends, work colleagues and random internet strangers. We fought for our 3-month halfway point for the blog. We'd do something a little bit different. This time we're going to do a video interview. So why a video interview? I guess there's a couple of reasons. We know you're also just desperately missing us and want to see us so much. And also we're such a family of extroverts. I know that the boys are really looking forward to being on video, hey? See? He's nodding his head. Off you go. So as anyone who has been following our blog posts would know, we've been having a great time in WA. WA is really well set up for travellers. On the main roads anyway, there's really frequent parking bays, let's say every 5-10 k's or so, and you can stop in them overnight without issue. And then a little less frequently, maybe every 50 to 150 k's either side of towns or from each other, there's overnight stopping areas, or designated overnight stopping areas with toilets and dump points. So WA is really good, it's got lots of dump points, so there's no hassles there. And if you're wondering what a dump point is, motorhomes like ours and bigger caravans, etc., all have toilets on board, and a dump point is where you dump the contents of those toilets. One of the thrilling aspects of motorhome life. So yeah, we've been having a great time. We've been slowly making our way down the WA coast for a bit over a month now, and we're currently at Sandy Cape, is it? Yep, National Park. No? Recreation Reserve. So we were here last night. If I've got any bags under my eyes, it's because we were camped next to a young couple with a baby, and the baby stopped crying about 1 o'clock at night, and then our smoke alarm started beeping at 1:30, so needless to say that doesn't work anymore, that smoke alarm. So the boys have really been enjoying this trip too, so we might just have a little bit of a chat to them about their favourite places, points, times let's just skip to WA so far, because it seems like we've been in WA a long time. It's so hard to remember even back further than that. So let's get the boys again. Alright, we've caught those boys and tied them up again so that we can get them in front of the camera for just a little bit longer. So boys, you've been really enjoying your trip down Western Australia so far?
Yes.
Yeah. So what have been some of the things you've enjoyed? What's been the highlights?
Bungle bungles.
Bungle bungles?
Sandboarding.
Boogie boarding at Broome, sandboarding here at Cape Range National Park, and
Snorkeling.
Snorkeling? Where do we snorkel?
Ningaloo Reef.
Ningaloo Reef, yeah. Coral Bay too.
Yeah.
And
Monkey
can't forget Point Quobber, that was probably the best snorkeling, wasn't it? And you like Monkey Mia, you like dolphins.
Dolphins and the boom netting. And the tour.
Boom netting, yeah, boom netting and the boat tour, yes, okay. Anything else? Well, that probably covers almost everything we've done. Well, there you go, viewers. If you want to do the exciting stuff in Western Australia, you just go and see everything, hey? Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now get us out of here! Ow, 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 ow.
So the motorhome has been going well. It's been a good vehicle for us. Really suits this style of travelling. So you would have seen we've had a few little problems with it from reading the blogs. Had a Alice Springs, we had the turbo hose between the turbo and intercooler, that blew. And up in Darwin we had to have Ford have a look at it. The airflow sensor was playing up, it looked like it was just a connection, so fortunately no expensive parts there. And yeah, just recently I've noticed the bump stop on the rear axle has been bumped off, presumably by a big bump, so we'll have to get that looked at in Perth. That should be a fairly simple replacement. And the other thing, Nicole's door almost fell off in her hand when she opened it once. We'll have a bit of a closer look at that one. So this is the driver's side door, my door. I decided to show you that first so I know what we're talking about. We've got two hinges here, one up here and one there. And when Nicole opened her door, we found that this hinge up the top here was missing its pin. So the door was hanging just off this bottom hinge, which is of course a problem for us. Now fortunately I have with us the Makita tent peg kit. This is a great kit. Everyone should have one of these, every caravanner, four driver, motorhome, camper. In it, it comes with a series of steel tent pegs, different sizes, different shapes, as well as some plastic ones for use in the sand. Now make sure you get the genuine one, the Makita one. It's better than any of the Bosch or DeWalt's or any other tent peg kits out there. Just go to your local Bunnings or other hardware and talk to the guy. They'll be able to help you. They may look a little bit confused at the start, but yeah, don't worry, some of them aren't too good with this kind of stuff. So if you don't have any luck, just come and see me. I'll be able to sell you one. I think they're about $319 per kit now, but the Makita tent peg kit, it's great.
Will everyone get that?
Hey?
Will everyone get that?
Maybe not everyone. So what in the world does the Makita tent peg kit have to do with door hinges? Well, tent pegs make great door pins. All you have to do is get that angle grinder out and chop it off. Although it turns out this one was a little bit, this first one I made was a little bit too small in diameter. There was still a little bit of slop in the door, I could wiggle it backwards and forwards. So using the trusty high-tech polymeric vernier caliper I brought with me, I measured it and I found it was about 7.356 millimeters in diameter. Fortunately, the Makita tent peg kit comes with a wide range of tent pegs, and I had a high quality, hard drawn, galvanized 8mm tent peg, spot on 8mm, and it turned out to be the perfect diameter. So now in our hinge we have the high-tech tent peg pinned hinge. So to top it off and make sure it doesn't fall out, we even drilled a little hole in the tip of it and used a high-tech key ring through that hole to hold them in position. It's a pity the engineers at Ford didn't have access to such long-lasting high-tech solutions as this. I reckon we'll be selling this vehicle with this tent peg still in position, although I may have to paint it white to make it a little less obvious. And I forgot to mention one other thing that's happened just in the last couple of days. The motorhome doesn't turn off when you turn the key. You can actually pull the key right out and walk away and the motorhome will keep running. So that doesn't matter though, because we've still got a long way to go, so we'll just keep moving. Don't worry, it does stop after a few minutes, or if you let the clutch out and install it. That should be a pretty easy fix though. It's probably a solenoid there that's playing out. Right. Okay, I almost forgot also another thing, that is our fuel stats. I thought that might be interesting to some of you. So I've got our statistician with us, Jonathan, to report on his findings. Now, if you're wondering why he's not roped up in this case, it's because we're using a different technology instead of rope. We're using electronic chain. This is a pretty good one, this one. Whenever this electronic device is sitting in front of him, he doesn't move. Whatever's going on around him doesn't affect him at all. It's just chained to that chair, chained to that device there. It's quite useful at times, but it can be quite painful also. So Jonathan, how far have we travelled so far, mate? Hey! Okay, turn it off for a moment. Okay, we'll turn the chaining effect off. Alright, Jonathan. Yeah, good, thanks mate. So, how far have we travelled? How many k's have we done?
16,556.
16,000 k's, so we're about halfway. We're only just a little bit north of Perth, so looks like we'll do around about 30,000 k's all up and then trip around Australia. So, okay, alright. And how much fuel have we used? How many dollars we spent on fuel?
4,777.
Wow, okay. That's pretty close to what I guessed at the start too. So average fuel consumption so far?
15 litres and 15 litres.
15 litres? 15.76 litres. Litres per 100 k's. Okay, so that's a little bit more than what I initially recorded on prior to, during like the trial trips, prior to us actually starting the trip around Australia, where I was getting about 14 litres per 100 k's. So that's interesting. There is a difference there though. We have been tend to sit on slightly higher speeds, probably 100, 105 k's per hour on the highway, whereas in those earlier trips we were sitting on more like, I think it was around 95 kilometres per hour. Okay, so that has upped our fuel consumption significantly. Okay, so 15.76 litres per 100 k's versus 14 litres per 100 k's. So how many dollars would have we saved if we were to slow our driving down and use that lower fuel consumption rate over the 16,500 k's we've done? Can you work that out for me, mate? I mean, how much?
4,243.
4,243. That's how much dollars would have spent. So that's a saving of what? Bit over $500 bucks.
$533.
Okay, he's quick, this boy. All right. Okay, that's interesting. So we could drive a bit slower and could have saved about $500. What do you think? Is that worth it?
No.
No. Okay. All right. We've got to get to all these places fast. So we've got lots of time for fun. Okay. Thank you, statistician. I'll let you go back into the change mode. Thank you.
Hey, Dad.
So one thing I mentioned during a previous report on the trip, or I can't remember, the 6-week report or what it was, and that was a sleeping arrangement were causing a bit of a problem, and Daniel wasn't getting enough sleep. So we came to a good solution to that both boys were happy with, and that is simply that Daniel goes to bed first, and then Jonathan, once his Jonathan goes to bed. So both boys are very happy with that. Daniel's thrilled that he gets to go to sleep without a random noise machine generator right next to him, and Jonathan's thrilled he gets to go to sleep later than his little brother, so that makes him happy. So that's been working well so far. Well, so far Nicole has escaped the horrors of the camera, but that has to end now. I'm sorry, Dale. I figured I better not get the rope out, that might get me in too much trouble with her. But you've been really enjoying the trip, Dale?
Yes.
Alright, Dale, come on, you better at least say a few words to the camera. Say hello to everyone at least.
Hello everyone. We're having a great time. We're missing our friends, but we're still enjoying ourselves. And I'm not funny, like, so I'm very sorry.
Yes, you are, come on. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to get anything much else out of Nicole, so we might let her go for now. Well, that's about it. I don't have anything much else to say, so we're having a great time. 3 months into it. We've still got 3 months to go, so we've still got lots of fun and pretty scenery and nice times together. And, I'll keep writing those vlogs for our own record and purposes, but also so you guys can get to see what's going on and what we're up to. So thank you for listening. I hope it's been a little bit of an entertaining video. We had fun doing it. Thank you.